All ready?
Yes.
Starting the stream. We'll wait. Stream start.
Mm. Mm-hmm. That's me. Mm. That's very sly. Me waving to it being on the screen. Mm-hmm.
Good evening. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Starting a survival stream today. We'll get started with this in a moment. We've found a nice little base location already. So let's get on with it.
Hello.
This is Discord, my wife. She's going to be helping us today get started with the survival base. And so the first thing we're going to need to do is mine some materials. So I'm going to put my hood back up. Really thought you were dismantling the survival kit then for a moment.
I'm taking these off so I can get some steel plates.
Right, I'm going to head off over the ice and go get some materials. Let's have a little. Oh, actually, if I do that, bottle. Have a hydrogen bottle just in case. Take the gun as well because we have some mods in that basically mean that there are other factions in the game. So that up there is a assertive ladybug. It will spawn drones if we get too close to it, and they will try to kill us. So Discord's already been quite nice and done a run around to find us some materials here, and just need to get down to them to start off with. We're also going to have to just drill a hell of a lot of stone, but Discord's going to be taking care of that in a moment.
No, she's not. Discord hates mining with passion.
Get down here.
I don't have any interior plates, so sadly it's just going to have to be steel blocks for the time being until we can get some interior plates and construction components for the floor.
I've lost you. So we're starting out just mining some stone. That's going to give us the materials we need to get some ingots producing, so we'll get lots and lots of those going. That'll just keep it producing as we add more stone to this. And you wanted some interior plates. So some interior plates will begin building in. I'm just going to prairie dog this hole until we have a decent supply of materials. It's going to serve the other benefit of getting me down to this magnesium, which will give us some ammunition. Wow. Stuck. Go. Back out.
And I've just run out of steel plates. But I have got a nice little catwalk going across here now that I can go into the mountainside and start the wonderful process of drilling. Yay.
So the aim of this is going to be to have an underground base. So we'll mostly be underground. We'll have some protrusions from the mountainside for power generation. Probably wind towers at this point. But that will give us a good amount of protection from drones that may spawn us. We can get all our important stuff under there, and we can build our own little complex in there. Looking at it, I think looks like we've got some ore deposits in the mountainside as well, so we will be definitely taking advantage of that. What they are.
Inventory full.
So I'm drilling away from our base on purpose there. I don't want to mar the landscape around here too much. And the drone mod that we've got in is the Splits's Rival AI mod, so the drones should in theory completely obliterate themselves when we shoot them down, so we won't end up with lots of craters and divots around here. Okay. So I'm going to start us off with some very basic setup here. I'm going to get, let's have a look. We've got the blocks, going to want some interior blocks. Here we go.
How wide is that vehicle? Is it 3 or 4 wide?
In terms of large grid blocks, it is about 2.5 wide, I would say.
Okay, so there's 3 wide to be plenty big enough then.
Yeah, we'll be able to get it in there. And I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to set up our little temporary base just off to the side of your bridge there. Okay, and we're going to want cargo box in the middle. Refinery on one side, the basic assembler to figure out conveyor, which is there, the other side. So that's going to give us the very basics of what we need. And for now, because these are cheaper, build this up. How many is that? 5, 6, 7. So we're 7 above the ground. So we'll go 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll have that up on the top. That should be enough just to get us started. So if I add that stuff to my build planner, not bothered about welding up these blocks, but we'll have that, 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 and I can add all of that to production apart from 2 metal grids for the container. So we can build everything else we need. I think. Yeah, we should be able to build the motors as well. Why did the motors production? Nah, they did. Okay, good. So we've got everything in production that we need now. Just going to need to keep mining.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay.
Does a drone assisting possibly help an assertive handled?
That made a message there, which is that there are hostiles around, which that would be us. But I don't think it's actually. I don't think it's actually sent us a drone.
No, I think it was just saying that there's bad guys in the area.
It is
Watch out.
getting kind of close though, so we need to be careful. If we get a drone right now, we are going to really suffer. I'm going down the hole. Being down the hole is probably the best place I can be right. Ooh, even down in the hole, I'm only 2.7k from it.
0.51.
You're 2.51. I really hope we don't get a drone. Not this early. That
Being
would be
right
bad.
next to the survival pod thing, drop ship. I am two. Yeah, it's moving off. 2.52. 2.53 now. We're good. It might be worthwhile moving the vehicle to the hole that I'm making.
As soon as it's deep enough to get the vehicle in, we'll do just that. Need any more steel plates or anything, put them into production, because what's in production at the minute is just for the base bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to dig this hole out so it's a bit wider, and then it's going to be big enough for the vehicle
Cool.
to be parked in.
You're saving all the stone, I take it.
Yep.
Inventory full.
I'm almost at the magnesium over there now. What I might do is have a quick fly up this mountain, see if I can see what we've got in the mountain.
Come on, iron.
Would be nice to have a nice iron deposit right inside the base. That would be quite helpful. Can't see where the marks are on the side now.
Might have been better waiting until it was daylight because it's starting to get dark.
I'm sure I saw marks on the side of this mountain, but I can't see them now. Very strange. Was it further up? Might have been further up here. This looks like it here. More magnesium. More silicon. Yeah, it's basically silicon, magnesium and ice everywhere.
Oh, we're going to be good for ammunition for a while then.
Yeah, I'm thinking some nice player-made missiles to take down some of these ships. They keep flying over. Yeah, warheads ahoy. So yeah, we've got a few mods in, as you've already gathered. The modular encounter spawner and the rival AI assertive mods are just one of them. We've also got in a few decorative mods such as power cables, more catwalks, the MA Spotlight mod, some greeballs, a docking camera mod. One of my favourite mods is this conveyor air vent. I just think it makes the air vents a lot nicer, and that you can have an angled, sloped air vent as well, which is just really useful sometimes.
We do like our slopes near the ceiling.
Yep. And the first aid station's quite nice as well. It's just one that goes on the wall rather than taking up 4 blocks. So there's those. There's a whole bunch of others that will be locked behind progression as well at the moment. So we've got banner LCDs in from the AQD pack. We've got the AQD Quality of Life pack. Trying to remember off the top of my head what all the mods are we've got in at the moment. AQD planetary respawn rovers, as you can see from the rover we've got there. Combat balance, so reactors and tanks and such will go boom rather spectacularly. We have the deuterium reactors. So
They still look rather spectacular when they're built.
they do. They will supply our power needs eventually, but we do need to get there first, which involves building a gravity generator, which we'll need gold for, so fairly far down the line. And we have the defense shields mod. We have a special jump drive mod in as well called hyperdrive, which is quite an old mod, but it still works perfectly. That gives us a much larger jump range. And I've used the SE plugin for SE World Builder. So this world that we're in actually has a lot more planets, a lot more things to go and look at, and they're a lot further apart as well. So that big jump drive is going to be cool. We have a sci-fi programmable block in as well that looks a little bit like the control panel. We've got Enra's AQD armor extension, as well as the no armor edges. I really hate the look of the armor edges on the vanilla blocks, so I always get rid of them. Some curved windows, some curved glass, just because it can look nice in some places.
Might be using them on the outside of the base, just near the entrance.
Yeah, it might look quite nice there. We have a bigger O2H2 generator as well, so this upgradable O2H2 generator is on its own already produces more O2 and H2 than the standard one, and then add upgrade modules to it like you can to assemblers and refineries to make it even more efficient. I find this really useful, especially in multiplayer, to reduce server lag, because you can have that instead of 5 or 6 of the normal ones. What else do we have? That's about it at the moment. I'll probably find other things as we play the game. We do have Weapon Core installed, along with the vanilla replacement for the turrets for Weapon Core. Let's see how our goodies are coming along here and get some of this built. sooner we can get that built, the sooner we can get this on charge. And the sooner I can start building our actual little miner that I designed on Sunday.
Ah, and I get to stop being a mole person. Yay!
But you like your little hole.
Oh, I might bury you in it.
What are we doing?
Forgetting. Can't put blocks down unless I've got the mats in. There's another assertive saying there's hostiles nearby.
Yes, we have a thrush. Proceed with caution. So at least they're telling us they're here rather than just spawning a drone and coming after us. That's quite a good feature. I like that split C if you ever see this. Just letting us know that they're there without actually attacking us is awesome.
The big red dot suddenly appear on my screen is enough to tell me that there's something nasty nearby.
Yeah, but I'm never paying attention to that sort of thing, and getting a drone drop on your head is just not nice.
Depends if it's got any goodies in it or not.
Yeah, you kind of need to be alive to pick up the goodies, though.
Yeah, life's just, you know, injured. I don't think that's going to get close enough, you know.
No, I don't either. I think it's going in a different direction. It's good. Okay, I'm going to start grinding down some of these thrusters on the pod here to get the grids we need.
Yeah, pretty much everything on there can be taken down apart from the...
Well, we need the O2H2
yeah,
still.
and the survival kit.
And I'd like it still to stay mobile so we can actually move it easily.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey. We're going to need some small steel tubes for this cargo box. Don't think we can make them in. But the refinery is built.
Okay, then the next signal that comes down nearby, we'll have to see what it has on it.
It's working on the power now. Construction components and girders. So let's get those up the front there. Those up there. Girders now. We'll have a working refinery. Give me those last 4 girders. And we have power. Yay. So I need a few more computers to get the assembler going. Let's just combine all this stuff up so I can see what we're actually making.
The sooner we can get a drill machine going on this tunnel, the better.
Yes. Yes. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the stone out and put it in the refinery now.
Yeah, I'm not going to go after that unknown signal. It's like 55.67 kilometres away. No.
No, we don't want that. That's in orbit.
Just typical when you say you need these unknown signals and one like spawns millions of miles away.
And the assembler's up and running.
Energy low.
Just get my suit energy back. And then I'm going to see about making some small metal tubes. Right. Okay, it sounds like it's raining, but I don't see rain.
Nope. You're hearing things.
Okay, so let's get... Let's do this then. So, take the iron, nickel and silicon out of there. Put that in there. We need just the 20 will do us. Beautiful. And that gets us a cargo box.
Yay, storage.
Now we can stop using the survival kit for building. Everything out of the survival kit. And dump it in this cargo container.
It does look like there's a bit of a fog event going on though.
It does sound like rain, but I'm not actually seeing rain. Oh no, I can see rain. Only just. There, you can see it against the clouds there. It's actually raining. And the best part about that is the rain is actually falling down towards the planet. I kid you not, for a while, rain was going upwards in this game.
You can make the rain go upwards.
Okay, so we're done on moving that stuff. I'm going to now see about driving the truck across the bridge there.
This isn't all that deep, so I don't think it'll fit completely underneath there. Still needs
It
a lot of
won't.
digging out.
It's going to come and sit on the bridge for now. We may want to make another row.
Way ahead of you.
But at least if I can get it under here a little bit, need to dig out a little bit taller.
You haven't let me. You've seen how short I am.
That will do nicely. Now, let's yeah, I'll just throw rocks on the floor on the rover and
Put some rocks in the hole below that after they pick up in a minute.
Inventory full.
lots of rocks. But the beauty of this is that it will give us not just a nice hidey hole for our survival kits, which is our only respawn point at the moment,
Inventory full.
but it will also give us lots and lots of stone, which will let us build more stuff.
We probably can find some iron, and then this time we don't need it as much. We'll bring for a bit of gravel for the paint stuff.
Well, we'll need gravel for the reactor components as well later. Is that all the bits of rock from around here? Yep.
How do you make a hole look pretty and he goes and ruins it in 5 seconds?
Not ruined,
Inventory full.
Oh,
just enlarged. Figure I'll use this little puddle of ice that's under the bridge to just top up the O2 generator on the thing. Okay, so the O2H2 generator, another hostile spotted, and that one is going to fly straight over us. We need to be deeper in this mountain. So Twitch is telling me I'm dropping a lot of frames at the moment, apparently. So I do apologise for anybody watching if that is giving you any problems. Try to sort that out for the next stream. We're 2.4 kilometres away from that Humboldt.
Flying away. 2.45 now. 4.6. Yeah, now it's going away.
Going
guys.
away, good, good.
Inventory full.
Pick up some of these rocks before they start despawning then.
Inventory
The
full.
point the flooring will go to interior plates. I figure outside here, steel plates are the best thing to do for getting shot at.
Yeah. It might actually be worth considering the old blast door blocks out here, actually. They're a little bit more resource heavy, but they don't deform as much when they get hit. So it'll stay flat even when it gets shot up a little bit. Ow.
Inventory
It
boom.
went boom.
full.
The floor.
Inventory
Oops.
full.
It could have been worse. It could have been the vehicle.
I am kind of wondering, though, these assertive things aren't supposed to start spawning until you have a certain amount of stuff, but we seem to have been getting them right from the very start. So I wonder if that's just that Splits has got it set up to spawn them all automatically at the moment while he's testing the mod.
Don't know. Maybe.
widen this up so we've got the fourth block on it as well.
Inventory full.
I made a mess.
Nothing new there then.
Inventory full.
Yep, we're chewing through the stone quite nicely. So let's get 100. Ooh, it did not like that. Let's just consider for a moment what I'm about to do. We need a new wind turbine. So let's do that. Light armor block.
And the reason I keep making the floor go boom is because I can't hear my drills again.
Low corner slab. And the light armor round has vanished. We don't have light armor round blocks apparently.
But we do have heavy ones.
Yeah. Get a little bit more power going here. Okay, I am just going to turn off the refinery for a minute while we build some stuff. Because we've got lots of mats, so... Those were not to build though. Let's do it that way. Thunk. Are you going thunk again?
Nope, not me.
Have more power now, so I should be able to turn the refinery back on. Here we go. So yeah, so the basic assembler when it's running is using 280 kilowatts. The basic refinery is 330, and the wind turbines are both optimal with 400 kilowatts each of power output. So that'll do us nicely once the other one's built. And for those of you wondering, the reason I've not put a battery on this base at the moment is because it's only temporary while we get the tunnel dug. Once the tunnel's dug out, we will be moving these wind turbines onto little towers either side of the tunnel.
Armoured towers at that, with guns on them.
Hopefully. Guns would be good. So, what to do next? Now we've got good access to materials and such. I think my next stop for this needs to be that little mining ship, doesn't it?
Well, yes.
Okay, then let's get that going. So, to make that, I'm going to want a rotor, a projector. Can't build projectors yet. Why not? Because I need to build a light first. Let's build a light then so we can see what we're doing.
There's a light on the survival machine.
That's right, I want one out here anyway. Yeah. And so now we should have projectors. Yep. I think that's all I'm going to need, because the rest of it will be projected. So we'll whack that on there. Take that off. No, I don't have build vision. I thought I'd installed build vision, but we will deal with that later. No more jumping.
Energy low.
Okay. So let's rotor lock that. Share inertia tensor just so it doesn't flex too much. And let's...
Just found there's a thruster underneath this vehicle. Do you want me to remove it?
Yes, please. That'll give us another grid, which is... Okay, so for those that don't know, the projector has several differences on some sides. So side that is facing towards me right now, you can see there's 4 little armatures heading into the circle. There's only 2, and the rest of the sides there's none. So the 2 is the forward location for the projector, and the cross is the top. Position that like that. Get those to production as well. You just unlocked something apparently.
I just bolted a normal steel block.
Yeah, it just gave us something.
Cool.
Okay, so we now have a projector. So we'll stick a
Got
normal.
4 metal grids now in the box.
Cool, that gives us enough for another 2 cargo containers if we need them. So we'll stick that on there. And now let's go and load up that blueprint, shall we? So the drill module that we want at the moment, so we will take that. Multiple grids are not supported. There was no multiple grids.
I don't remember that because I thought I totally froze out then.
Oh, it's talking about the wheels. Let's see. Okay. So, to change that projector settings, and that would not be correct. No. Let's change that one. So. And so would that. That means the what? Keen, you broke it. Okay, so let's try that. This would be so much easier with build vision. That's definitely upside down, so let's just get one of these the right way up first. So that should now be the right way up at least. Yes. Okay, so that now we need to turn it round to face, well, to be fair, any direction that gives us a bit of clearance. So let's go.
The round arm slopes suddenly appeared on my plots again.
Oh, I wonder if that's what you just unlocked.
Energy
Maybe.
critical.
But it's funny that I can see it on the heavy version and not the normal version though.
Yeah, I bet that's what you just unlocked. Ooh, energy critical. I will miss that eventually. Yep, getting in the cockpit because it recharges me that little bit faster than the survival kit does. Not much faster, but it is enough to be noticeable. Okay, so now we need to lift this up. Like so. And I think, move it forwards a couple as well, so when we drop it off, it's not going to drop onto the rotor and crack something. There we go. That should give us a nice little structure to build from. And if we build here now,
You can always put a connector onto the basic refinery so it can connect it if it's got a connector at the back of that thing.
and that gives us a connection point to start building from. Awesome. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off. I'll have keep protection, but I'll say show only buildable, which will make it a bit easier to see what we're doing.
I'm getting terrible issues with lag.
I think that's just a multiplayer thing. Plus, remember, I'm streaming video out on the network as well.
Don't work it, you can go my bandwidth.
Yeah. So another little mod we have in should be, here we go, we can send the missing items to the assembler and get it actually building all the stuff we need to build this little rover. So it somehow thinks that's actually ready to build at the moment, and I don't trust that, because it does not look like it's actually connected to anything. Unknown technology we have to research first. What do we need to get turrets? What will give us a Gatling turret? A normal assembler. Okay. No, I can't even build a cockpit. That is not good. What do we need for a cockpit? A landing gear. Okay, I'm going to build a landing gear quickly. That should open up the cockpit for us. The full assembler is going to be a little ways off just yet, so we may have to ignore that turret for the moment. But quite happy to build a landing gear and then grind it down. Go. So I should now be able to build the cockpit.
Bring in the last row of steel plates and then it'll be interior plates. And I'll weld an interior plate up because that should unlock some more blocks.
Need 10 metal grids. We need cobalt. We badly need cobalt. Yeah. Can't build this ship until we have cobalt.
I may have to go on an expedition.
Go on an adventure.
Wrong. No.
Oh, we can get the rest of it building at least.
Oh, it's starting to look more like a tunnel, less like a hole.
I'm struggling to build stuff now. I need to turn the projector off a minute. Those into production as well. Okay, so those little conveyors, they were there as well. Building these so I can actually see them to build them. There's a lot of stuff into there. So this is coming along nicely. I'm just going to need to go on that little adventure to find us some cobalt in a moment. I do believe we're out of mats. Yep, you got any more stone?
Yeah, an awful of it.
Okay. find some cobalt then. Let's top up my hydrogens first. Okay, so magnesium and stuff's over this way. Let's take a look out over this. Let's keep going, see what else we find. That looks promising. Silicon, ice. It's going to be the extension of that one, isn't it? Okay. See any more? That looks like some just over there. Iron.
Oh, good. We need iron.
Lots of iron. Cobalt. That is what we want.
Perfection.
That was actually really easy. I don't recall ever finding cobalt that quickly in the past. Although I should have probably got recharged as well before I came out here. And there'd be cobalt. So let's... little ways away from it. There.
Energy
Just
low.
want somewhere to throw the stone I'm about to dig.
Very foggy event.
Okay. Let's get rid of the stone out of here because I want to bring as much of this cobalt back as I can. That'll do. Okay. Let's get back and get recharged. I suppose I should really put a GPS back where our base is as well.
It would help.
It really would, especially in this fog. I'm sure I already put a GPS marker in for base. Okay, now the big question is, yes, we can make metal grids in this little assembler. That is good.
I'll go back so I can now weld up an interior. Let's see what we unlock. Just unlock some new blocks.
Cool. I'm going to head back over to that hole I just started digging. But that was nearly a mistake because I need to get energies first. Can we move this a bit further in yet?
Have a look and tell me what you think.
9 to take the handbrake off.
You're nicking the machine.
Yeah, it needs to go up a little higher here. it's a little bit more undercover. I don't like the fact that this sort of survival kit is sticking out from the back of here, though.
There's a panini coming in.
Yeah, it might have been wiser to reverse it across this bridge. Anyway, I'm going to go and get some of that iron as well.
We need the beacon and everything else on the top of it, do we?
Unidentified craft. Drone ops on alert. Geeks. Where did I leave my hole? There it is.
I'm going to grind the ore detector and the antenna off the top of this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, bringing back some proper iron should give us a bit easier way of producing.
Inventory full.
Focus on. Okay, back to.
Going away.
Got a unknown signal here as well. Which I'll come and get in when I've dumped off this iron. We have iron in the container if you want to adjust the order in the refinery.
I'm going to drop all the stone off and I'm going to go my unknown signal.
This is one of those that tries to roll away from. A leopard rifle. Okay. And I've just got myself a nice welder. Good. Right.
Here's hoping I get something nice in mine too.
Sometimes I think it's not really worth grinding these down because you only get like one steel plate out of them, out of most of the blocks in them. But then this early in the game it actually can be quite useful.
Yeah, especially when you need all those steel plates.
Yeah, especially getting like small steel tubes out of cargo containers and things like that. So yeah, it can be quite useful. It's just annoying.
Where my unknown signal was, there's magnesium and silicon. Oh, my idea for having a base near the ice was perfect.
It sounds like we're running out of power. Even though we've got 3 things going. Why are we running out of power? Oh, the wind speed's dropped. That's interesting.
I
So
got a kid's pajama rifle.
that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting change there that they've made. So the weather effects change the wind speed as well, which affects the output of the turbines. That actually means that solar could be viable now.
Yay! An enhanced grinder. Woot woot.
I'm very tempted now to do a nice big solar array up on the top of the mountain.
One thing at a time. Let's get this tunnel dig.
Yeah. It might take a bit of doing though to get it all the way up there. And there's no point putting a solar array out here because we hardly get any sun. Oh, that iron went quick. Okay. So oh, come on, wind, get better. Not something I normally say is that I need more wind.
Oh, the comments I could make. All I'm finding over here is silicon and magnesium. There might be a third one, but all I'm seeing is ice, so I don't know.
Yeah, it probably is ice, to be fair, because when they removed uranium off planets, they replaced it with ice. On the plus side, we should be able to get some uranium from some asteroids this game, since we're not running the ore distribution mods.
Got some power kits and 140 space credits too.
Let's get Yay, we have a cockpit. Awesome. Okay. Can't build those, but we can build that. What do we need to unlock the vent?
So
So for the air vent, we need to build an O2H2 generator. So I'm just going to come and grind the one that's on the ship here. And rebuild it. Now I can build that vent. That vent will be quite important if we ever take this thing to another planet. Okay. Doesn't need the rotor part. Still can't do that. Make sure these are all nicely welded up.
Just watching as the sun comes over the mountains there. That's quite spectacular, the lighting
Oh,
change.
that is pretty up there as well if you look up at the mountain.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking. I was thinking of where the solar panel is going to be built.
So we'll just make sure we've got at least one of each gyroscope there to make sure that we can have the override and not.
Obviously, when we get the mining ship, it'll be able to make the tunnel so much better, and it won't be so jaggedy as it is right now.
You hope. You have seen this mining ship, right?
Not recently. Do you think this entrance need to be any wider, or do you think this is plenty wide? If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 blocks wide.
I think 5 should be plenty. What are we missing? Wow, have we actually eaten all of the... I think we've eaten all the iron I brought back.
Doesn't surprise me. There's a load of stone in the tunnel to pick up.
Inventory full.
The refinery is probably chewing its way through that cobalt still as well. Ow.
Do-do-do.
I flew very quickly into the corner of a block.
Oh, that was rather silly.
E. I'm going to do another trip over for some iron.
I'll just make more people look cute.
Got a ladybug. Literally just spawned.
I haven't seen no ladybug. Where?
See it?
Oh, I see the sun, and then to the right of the sun, there's a little brown thing. Must be the moon?
Coming out of the
Inventory
hole
full.
to your right. It's not, it's...
Not on my screen, it's not. You're seeing things.
It is, it's just spawned nearer to me that. If I head back to the base, in theory it shouldn't be a problem. Large steel tubes for that. Steel tubes for that.
You should be able to inch the vehicle in a bit more now as well.
Yeah, the sooner we can get a room cut out in here, better.
I'm feeling green, like you can get that blooming machine that you're making doing it. Well, it's pretty much underneath, unless it came from the southwest. That ain't getting hit by anything.
Yeah, the trouble is, apparently the new drones from the Rival AI stuff do strafing runs, so it's not outside the realms of possibility that they could almost come straight onto this tunnel, strafe straight across this bridge, knocking out half the bridge, and even be able to shoot the back of this, which is our survival kit. So,
Well, at least it's underneath there now. Oh, unknown signal.
yep, you go get your unknown signal.
Four construction components, 11 interior plates, and 560 space.
Nice. May have to make a modification to this already. break this point on either side to put in a couple of hydrogen tanks on this piece because we don't have any.
Good. A rainbow helmet.
Construction components. That built.
Getting parachutes out of these drones.
Yep. Good. Also notice they haven't been exploding on impact.
Hey. Bit worse than a suicidal signal.
Motor short there. Motor short there, so let's have a look at them. I just need to get the batteries welded up, which if I'd have actually been thinking about it, batteries would have got welded up first and they'd have already been charged.
Can't get another patch of magnesium on this ice though. Straight south of the base. We're not going to struggle for magnesium for a while.
No, that's going to be good. So I think this is going to be our weapons facility. Okay, something else that I appear to have forgotten on this is a stone ejection system as well. Dang it. So, stick a sorter on the back of here, back of here. They're connected there, so I can grind that off and put that in its place. Can do the same this side. Awesome. Then what's thunking?
Remining.
That's a long way away to sound so loud. So then I want to go 2, 3. That side. 2, 3 that side. Right.
Ah, just burying the survival machine in stone. It's fine.
Just going to stick these ejectors on the back of here. Just like that. And we'll just get some nice beneath ones as well. So this should be a bit of a stone chewing machine, this should.
We want it actually spewing out stone and in bad red. Teeny.
That red. I think that is gone.
Yep. Panini.
Well, it depends, I suppose, because if I take it over to the iron mine, then I want to get down to the iron really quickly. But with how this is set up, I'm going to have to use normal left-click drilling, otherwise I'm going to be ending up face down in a ditch with it. So having this spewing out the stone at the back as quick as I'm mining it is probably quite a good thing. But when I'm doing over here, then yes, maybe we want to keep. What you could do, actually, if you want, would be really helpful, is on the back of this cargo container here, can you create one of those rotor assemblies with a advanced rotor head instead of a connector?
No. Not a clue how to do that or what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what, you come and do it and I'll talk you through it.
Go back into my hole.
Get back over here.
No, can't make me.
Coward. Okay.
What's no people in the sea hill?
Okay, so that's done. I jump in here then. Let's have just the stuff that is on this grid. That is a plugin. recently on the workshop, a bunch of stuff's popped up that are called plugins rather than mods. And one of them is a plugin manager, and it makes deeper changes than a mod is capable of doing. Keen, I don't think, have really said much about them yet. A few people are worried that they might be against the terms of the game, or that Keen might not like them, might shut them down, things like that. The ones I'm using, we've got the SE World Gen plugin, which only runs when you first generate the world. I don't see a big problem with that. It lets you generate better solar systems, so great. That's a good thing for the game as far as I'm concerned. The one I'm using here allows me to filter blocks, so we can see here in the list the ones in orange are on the other side of the rotor that's on the base. So because this is a subgrid from the base, so from here the base is the subgrid. If I hit hash, if I search for hash in here, that uses the plugin to filter this list to only the blocks that are on the current grid, which in this case is the rover. There's more that can do, but I haven't actually looked into it fully yet. Some of the other plugins, I've got one that increases performance, makes this list load faster, even when you've got lots of blocks, lots of containers, things like that. And there's some general performance tweaks. There's another one that lets you put cameras on your LCDs, so like security cameras. That one can be quite performance heavy depending on how you configure it. But I think they're just adding more to the game, and hopefully Keen will look at some of those things and go, well, actually, yeah, they're really good. We'll add that to the base game and effectively get rid of the plugins by making them part of the base game. Because I think those things, the bug fixes, the performance improvements, things like that, that these modders have done in the plugins is really, really good, and I think Keen can learn a lot from that. This is another one. I've just selected all of the blocks on this grid. If I do Control R, I can now mass rename this, and if I do like that. Oh dear, that didn't work. Let's try that again. So G T. That should do it. There we go. So that's working nicely. So if I rename this to the mole machine. And then we do that again. There we go. That works really nicely. So I now want the conveyor sorters. I want to turn them off to start with. So we can't set up the filters on sorters in mass. In any case, we're going to go for adding stone as a whitelist on the filters. That on both of them. They're both going to be set to drain all, and I'll leave them turned off for the moment, and then these ejectors will do their thing as those are turned on. So that sorts that out. And that'll make sure that we can quickly and efficiently get rid of the stone out of there. So the next thing I'd like to build would be this turret, but I'm thinking I'll leave that until we've actually got some materials and build everything inside the hole. So I think we are just about done here. I'm going to just put the batteries on recharge. So, batteries, please. Dries on, that's good. That. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do, and I tried to do this with this creative stream, but for some reason scripts just weren't working. We're going to have DAS, and we are going to have the subgrid control script on here. DAS, those will happen eventually, and it looks like scripts are still broken, so we'll leave that be for the time being. And for right now, we'll turn off this projector because we don't need it anymore for the moment. That's okay. They have override. Let's put them to 70% on the override. That's better.
And the basic refinery default to.
Okay, have you got room for a drill? What's there?
No, you need to move the other machine out of the way. I'm going to put 2 beds on this little platform for when we come to log out, so I won't lose my enhanced grinder.
Detach. Engines toggle on off. We'll have batteries toggle recharge. Wheels toggle on off to save that. Drills toggle on off, and we'll have our drill tools. There we go. Awesome. So what I'm going to do for now is get this set up with a dock. It's round here. Also need the cockpit handbrake on off. I'm going to put the handbrake on, turn the wheel off. Now that'll save us a little bit of power on there while I get this bit built. So I'm going to build an advanced rotor on the back of this. take off that. And this other rotor, I'm going to put rotor lock on it for now. We're also going to have a small head. Awesome. So let's get these bits. So the plan here is I'm going to create an elbow, double elbow here, and I'm going to put a small advanced rotor part on the end of it so that this vehicle can connect up to it, and we'll get it into a position where when it locks it'll just lift this vehicle very slightly off the ground to avoid some of the bouncy clang. Then I'll be able to hook up to it and unload the drills through that connection, and it's cheaper than building an actual connector on the back of here. Plus it leaves the rotor here, so when we build the cargo module at a later date, this will still be able to connect to that cargo module.
Bloody signal trying to fly away from me. How dare you. And there's a assertive brush. Something.
I can't see it, so it must just be near you.
430A brush.
What is it? So, conveyors.
Looks like this one's got a nice big thrust on it. I can take apart the bits.
Just going to create that, just like that. And then we'll just take the advanced rotor part, sit it right on the front like that. Cool. And that should give us a relatively cheap inexpensive connector.
That was a very prominent trick. That little alert signal gave me loads of stuff. That brushes overhead.
Okay. Oh, that's miles off. That's not going to get anywhere near us.
We now have up to 6 metal grids.
We should have plenty of cobalt as well to be able to make more. Okay, so that's now set up. I'm wondering actually if that's about the right time. Just remind me before we do our next stream that I need to make sure we've got build info and build vision both installed.
I will remind you if you remind me.
So let's have a look at this.
All you need to do is move the survival machine
That
out of
is
the way.
perfect.
Do you want me to reverse the machine out so that you can get that drilling?
Not at the moment, because I've just put these batteries on recharge. But we have a connection point.
Oh.
So, yeah, the little mole machine works so far.
It goes boom.
Yeah, there is always that danger of clang, boom, but I think it's quite easy to control. It's not too bad. It's just getting the balance right with the gyroscopes.
Oh, I'm starting to dig out a little side room if you want to come start digging with me.
Yeah.
Because you're mining.
I may need to go and mine some more iron at some point. It might be worth taking that over
Inventory full.
to dig a tunnel down for for a decent haul of iron. Oh. Our base grew beds.
Yeah, I figure it's easier than putting down some cryopods, cheaper than putting some cryopods down, and that way I don't lose my tools when I log off.
So I'm just looking to see if our base unexpectedly sprouted anything else. I quite like the natural look of the front of this, I think we should keep that.
Oh, that is the plan.
Inventory full.
Going a little bit uphill there as well.
Yeah, I'm making sure that there's enough coverage for the machine to go in, and it's raining out here.
Yep, you're getting wet.
Inventory full.
Right, so batteries looking on that?
Oh, oh, costing off.
So batteries, there they are. So they'll be fully recharged in 1 hour.
Needs more power.
Yeah, well, if you want to build a couple more turbines, that'll help. We're only going to move them anyway, aren't we, in a bit?
Yeah, so there's not much point really.
Okay, the stuff's in production for those other 2 turbines.
Picking up stone and putting it in a box. Picking up more stone and putting it in a box.
Inventory full.
It's eating it quicker than I can put it in it.
Well, it will do once the refinery's got down the rest of that cobalt anyway.
Bad guy in the sky. Lepetus?
Lepetus, yeah. That's one of the big ones. That's meant to be one of the boss ships, that is. I'm not sure why that's even spawning near us. If that sent drones after us, we'd be in trouble.
Be fine in my little hole here.
So those things should now be made. Let's get this extra power going. Okay, so the power now should be much better. 34 minutes. We will have full power in 34 minutes.
Be good. Woohoo! Power!
Inventory full.
Bit foggy out here. Look at that sun over there going behind that mountain. That's quite cool.
Yeah, we've just purely by accident picked a really good spot here, haven't we? It's pretty. Got a nice sunrise and sunset. We've got absolutely loads of magnesium nearby.
Interesting, easy way of getting in and out of the base.
We've got iron, we've got cobalt, we've got silicon and nickel. So all we'll need to find next is some gold and silver, and then we'll be set.
Inventory full.
I've got an unknown signal about 3 kilometres where I'm going to go grab.
Carry on ferrying.
Just drop my spare welder in the back of the survival kit. Tree.
Watch out for that tree. That's quite dangerous.
Yeah. Just for everyone groaning at the use of jetpack here. Like, ow. Tree.
Like I said, trees, they can be dangerous.
I was planning on putting in a jetpack nerf mod. Discord doesn't like that.
Nope, do not take that.
This is one that's going to try and take off when I go near it. Maybe not. Yay, more rainbow gloves. Can never have enough rainbow gloves. Power kits and some interior plates.
Won't say no to free mats. Free mats is good.
Special content power just came down next to me. Is that yours? About 3 kilometres away from me.
I can see a signal 4.1 kilometres away.
Yeah, it literally just came down next to me.
Grab it. It might have something good in it.
Didn't find anything special that time. But we've got 10 medkits and 2 construction components out of it.
Cool, it was handy.
Inventory
Drilling
full.
is so slow.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Inventory's full apparently. Don't really want to throw any of this away either, so it's left in that.
GPS it and go back to it.
3 radio components. That's what's
Inventory
doing it.
full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, I'm just going to leave it. Come back. Okay, I think we've got enough charge on these batteries now to do something with that. So let's move this out.
Watch the stone roll off it as you roll it backwards.
Okay. Batteries on. Detach. Oh. Yeah, the gyro overrides are a little on the tough side to manage, but
Found a problem with the beds. Oops. Upside down.
really.
Well, while you're digging out, I'm going to see what else I can unlock in the progression. On floors, and so you're not getting too off track. Just watch above where that turret's meant to be, because you're catching slightly.
almost full.
Good, good.
It's because it's piped into the cockpit. It's shoving stone into my inventory. That's got to be a bug. And full. Okay, this is
Another
taking.
Humboldt flying over.
This is now taking quite a bit of.
Raping the briefly allowed.
Okay, so it's a good job we haven't got a turret on here, really.
Yeah, it would have gone boom.
It's quite hard to control. Gyros. That's a bit. Wheels.
The machine, the cargo, and the refinery are all full. We need another cargo container.
We are now attached. Put the batteries back on recharge, turn off the wheels. There we go.
Inventory full.
Okay. Are those engines on? No, they're not.
Build another cargo box because we run out of room.
Oh, the build planner doesn't ditch the med kits and power kits now, by the way.
I don't think they did before, did they?
It did, yeah, that was why they were useless. Can't actually deposit anything yet because we don't have a ATM.
Yeah, that's why I've not been able to move them.
The mole machine drills are empty. How much did I actually get mined out down here?
A floor and a half.
Just out of interest, why is this one?
Because that was
This
the one
one.
that I welded so that I could unlock other stuff.
Okay, well, what about this one?
What about that one?
That's an interior wall.
Yeah, they're all interior.
The rest of them look like all
Yeah,
armor.
the ones in the going towards the outside are all steel plates till about here, which is classed as inside. So this will be where the door is if we have a door on it.
Oh yeah, they are interior wall. It look like this one looks different. That looks like it's on its side.
It might be. I'll figure it out when I come to weld them up. Just for now, there's a floor down so that you can drive on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get that unknown signal. Whee!
Okay. I am not confident bringing that machine back into the hole again.
Nope, I'm not going to go get that unknown signal because it just went boom.
It's got 6 minutes on it. Grab. Didn't find anything. I've already had too many today. Problem.
You could always take it in and right click drill for a bit just to get the hole made bigger, just so that we can move
You'll have
the.
You'll have to do that manually because that drill ship can't right-click drill.
That's it.
I mean, it can, but if you try right-click drilling with it, you're just going to drill a hole down, ultimately. So you'll end up in a hole you can't get out of. Unless you have the drills pointing all the way upwards. But then you'd have a very, very big opening to the entrance to the base. I quite like it being quite low as it is.
Once the blast doors are put in enough, and it'll look cool.
Yeah, but I want to leave this kind of rocky look around the front and maybe have the blast doors here on this row.
Well, the blast doors were going to go next to that block that I welded, which is what you're jumping on.
Yeah, that's it then. Awesome. So yeah, just right-click drill with your hand drill now for a bit because we've got plenty of stone going in there. I'll take. I think next time we come on this, I will take the mole machine and go see if I can drill out a big enough tunnel down into the iron and the cobalt. To start with, I'm actually quite tempted to see if I can put a drill up the top here so it clears the top of the machine. Right, let me do that now. while I... Question is, it doesn't need to be... Yeah, there we go. I think having that drill there... Oh.
Yeah. Well, I think the main focus for the rest of the evening before we log off is to get this side tunnel built so that we can get the park put away.
There we go. So this should be a little bit more robust now in terms of mining holes. I will need to just add a couple more attachment points to that, so I'm going to have to rejig this box so that they can... There we go. I think that is going to be a much more useful machine with the extra drill. So we were saying let's get this mined out in here so we can park this round a corner. Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
We get a little bit further, I think.
Go any further to the right, where these ones are sort of halfway in the wall. This is the wall. Just so you know.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to lay down a couple more blocks there? Go and get the respawn.
Yeah, just to go see if I can. I think we got that just in time because there's the ladybug going over. Move forward a bit. It's fine. Oh,
Okay. I guess it's parked there. So from here, I can still see a hole out. So there's still potential. I can actually pull that forwards.
and now I've just put the rest of the floor down. You should be able to.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the wheels on this off. Save some power. The gyroscope. Everything else is off. Okay, we've got just over 50% left on the power on the. Let's turn off some of this other stuff as well. So we've got 6 hours of power on this machine at the minute.
More than me because I was nearly out.
Yeah, and from the cockpit here, yeah, I can still see a little bit of daylight out there, but not enough. If I come over here, yeah, I could just about shoot the.
You shoot my block.
I think I did. I was just seeing where I could shoot.
Yeah, you shot my block that I just put down.
Yeah, so you'll need to repair that one underneath as well. But I think if once we put weld up the wall there, it'll have cut off the line of sight through to this, so that will then be safe. So next time then, the plan is to go and get some iron and maybe some more cobalt, but certainly the iron, to try to move. We want to move all of our kit from out here into that base into this hole.
Oh, we need to make a designated room for it, I think.
Yeah, but we're going to need to get it inside so it's undercover first. We can always move it around later. And I think maybe start building the wind turbine towers outside. Then we
I
could.
thought you wanted a solar array.
Well, I think a couple of wind turbine towers out the front here with a turret on top each will be good. And we can't build the turret on top until we've got the proper assembler. So I think when we move all this inside, instead of rebuilding the basic assembler, we'll build a normal assembler in there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That'll then unlock some stuff.
Yep, we need stuff to unlock.
And that should be that should be about it next time. That's the main thing I want to achieve next time, is get all this inside, get the new assembler, maybe even replace the basic refinery with a full refinery with a load of power modules on it to start with, because that'll give us better yields. Power towers, I do want to put a solar array higher up on the mountain, but I want to see, because the sun comes up over there, so we'd need to get a kind of.
We're gonna have a solar array and a gun
Yeah,
turrets up there somewhere.
yeah, it's going to be a long time before we get that solar array up here, though, because it's to get the most effectiveness out of it, it needs to be almost up on the peak.
I'm not digging that out.
I think that'll be a job for some piston assemblies. We need to put a GPS up on the peak and then dig a tunnel towards where we're directly under that GPS.
You could also have a landing pad up there as well.
Well,
Or
I was
maybe an
thinking,
elevator or something up so you could go up there and
yeah, I was thinking something like that, where we've got this door down here for rovers to get in and out, and you could have like a garage complex under here. So like you've cut that room out at the side there to put that one in. We could actually make this where you come in through the front here and then go left or right and have a bunch of kind of garage points in here.
yeah, I'm gonna have to sort out the piping. I think it's gonna go underneath the floor. That's why I've not piped up any of the floors, because I hate piping.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we'll figure that out another time, I think.
That's fine. But then I think having an elevator in there, like you say, to go up further and make the elevator a compact piston assembly now to go up higher. And
Maybe have like a little living quarter pod that comes out of the mountain with the gun turrets on it as well.
maybe, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe some windows up in the side of the mountain up there, and maybe a hangar for aircraft as well. We're building the Thunderbirds Island. I've just realised.
Yep. Particularly.
Okay, I'm happy. I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.